A very good evening on this very last day of October 2024. Welcome aboard. It is the Thursday edition of Uctv News and I am Sunday Gloria Abwatch. Straight into business tonight. Government has renewed its commitment to implementing the UN Security Council Resolution 1325 by launching the country's third National Action Plan aimed at addressing the growing impact of armed conflicts on women and girls worldwide. This announcement has been made by the Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, during a joint press conference with UN Women, the Japanese ambassador and other key partners, commemorating the 24th anniversary of the UNSCR 1325 here in Kampala.
In 2000, the United Nations Security Council was formally acknowledged through the creation of Resolution 1325 in respect to the changing nature of warfare, in which civilians, particularly women and girls, are increasingly targeted, yet they continue to be excluded from the participation in peace processes. The resolution focuses on women's contributions to peace and security, emphasizing protection from gender-based violence and promotion of women participation in peace processes. Speaking on behalf of the UN Women Country Representative, Natasha Butrak highlighted on a number of key areas that the government should consider, like strengthening youth engagements to enhance and promote the implementation of women, peace and security agenda.
As the census this year showed that 73% of Uganda's population are under the age of 30, it is essential that youth also become active participants in peace and security, and that they too be given space to meaningfully engage at all levels. We also require greater knowledge creation of the Women, Peace and Security agenda, particularly at local levels, connecting actors and movements to build solidarity for and broader acceptance for women's participation, protection and rights across the conflict prevention spectrum. We need to enhance our efforts on data collection and analysis on the impact of Women, Peace and Security agenda, as this is crucial for assessing progress, identifying challenges and informing evidence-based policies.
Presenting on behalf of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, Matthew Crentseal underscored the urgent need for men to be equally integrated in the center of this initiative, just like the women themselves at the receiving end of the armed conflicts violence.
Kind of advocating, especially with men, to stand up and speak for the cause of women's rights. That is why here in Uganda, the enabling conditions are here. The government is very, very pro-women. So it makes it very easy to work with government to implement some of these resolutions that are meant to protect our women. Needless to say, since women are the receiving end of some of these most atrocious practices, they must be involved. They must also serve as the agents for change, not only victims, but they should be actively and deliberately involved.
The Japanese ambassador, His Excellency Takuya Sasayama, highlights on a number of projects his government is undertaking, including the women hospitals and schools, intended to be constructed not only in West Nile, but also other areas of East Africa.
Last week I signed the contract with the school, hospital, and also NGOs to concretely advance the agenda of Women and Peace and Security. Among others, helping a women's dormitory, a girls' school, and also hospital, especially focused on the maternity of women, and another additional building for hospital in this respect. These are the only small list I just want to mention today, and my government will pledge, not only right now, but towards the next year's anniversary for Resolution 1325 to further advance, not only in Uganda, but also in this region and also worldwide.
It's upon this ground that the Minister for Gender, Betty Amongi, renewed the government's commitment to practically advocate for the implementation of the UN Security Council Resolutions 1325 beyond the national level to the Great Lakes region level.
We will continue to work together with our partners, the government of Norway that is supporting our national action plan. We have our partners here that are also the Japan Embassy, the UNHCR, the UN Women, and all the government MDS and other partners in ensuring that we work tirelessly, not only within Uganda, and you know that we know the impact of armed conflict. We have managed to largely keep this country peaceful.
This commitment demonstrates Uganda's recognition of the critical role women play in achieving lasting peace and security. By working together with international partners, Uganda aims to create a more inclusive and equitable society for all citizens. Joseph Kabale, Uctv News.
The Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, reports that government's intervention in bulk fuel transportation has contributed to a decrease in fuel prices across the country. UBOS released the October Consumer Price Indices and Inflation Report showing that annual inflation for energy, fuel and utilities fell to 3.3% in October, down from 4.5% in September 2024. Now, Samuel Echoku, head of macroeconomic statistics at UBOS, noted that the government's role in fuel transport has reduced the influence of middlemen who previously drove up fuel prices.
Drivers, in terms of drivers, the core inflation, we had the annual services inflation, and then the annual other goods inflation. Annual is at 6.2% for October, annual year ending October, compared to 5.8% for the year ending September for the services. And then the goods has remained at 2.1% for the year ending October, compared to the same for the year ending September. We know that overall, the rates of inflation has been brought down by the food crops and related items. And food crops and related items are seasonal. Food crops and related items are seasonal. When we look at the summary, for the headline, the core, and then the food crops and related items, you find that food crops and related items was minus 5.3%, but energy and fuel and utilities was 3.3%, core was 3.9%. So core and energy, fuel and utilities are above your headline. It's because of food that the inflation has been has come down and has stayed at that point of about 2.9%. So we thank the environment for the good weather. Otherwise, this is a seasonal aspect, so we don't know what will happen in December. If we get into a dry season and then vegetables and certain things, the prices start going up, then we may have a bit higher inflation. Yeah, there was a concern about the middlemen in Kenya being partly responsible for the higher fuel prices in Uganda compared to the regional average, what would be expected in Uganda given the other environmental, the other factors that are responsible for fuel prices. So the government got into a policy of importing bulk purchases of fuel. And I think this fuel started arriving in the month of September, August. But this bulk fuel might be having an effect. It can be part of the contributors to the decline in the prices of fuel. Of course, some factors can come up. Normally, the prices of fuel may go up internationally or the exchange rate. But for now, it is likely to be mostly attributed to what? The policy that the government put in place.
Thank you for watching. We are going to take a very short break and we'll return with more stories here on Uctv News.
Uctv, good news for all.
Welcome to Seeds of Success. My name is Rwanga Godfrey. Seeds of Success, we talk about business environment.
If you want to be a millionaire, work for money, but billionaires work for wealth.
Social affairs.
Whom to blame via characters and talents? Is it tertiary institutions or humanity within the human beings?
And other topical issues. Don't miss on Uctv, good news for all.
Welcome back. Let's continue with more stories on Uctv News. Kampala Capital City Authority has convened a stakeholders engagement meeting focused on solid waste management to explore ways to improve garbage collection and transform waste into reusable products. The meeting aimed to identify stakeholders ready to collect and process sorted waste, including electronics, plastics and organic materials for recycling and compositing. James Kunobere, KCCA's manager for solid waste and environmental management, emphasized that effective stakeholders' involvement in processing the city's waste could eliminate the need for new landfill sites after the recent collapse of the Kitezi landfill.
Today we have a meeting, the gathering of all stakeholders that are involved or have a stake in solid waste management. We have waste in the city of KCCA produced by or generated by you, Kampala residents, but it has proved to be a problem to us as KCCA and all our neighbors. Yet it can be turned into a useful resource. You see, when the incident happened, I attended to many media houses and so many talk shows. One thing I picked out that everyone was an expert in regard to waste management. That's why I said, let's have this meeting of experts. So today we are slaughtering an animal called waste, and each stakeholder is letting us know on this carcass called waste, what do you need? Do you need the bones? Yes, we document. Do you need the hooks? Do you need the skin? Do you need the carcass? Or whatever part of the animal you want. That's what we are doing. We are going to have an inventory of all waste users, waste value prospecting investors, so that at the end of the day, our work will be to organize the sector, but also publicize what we have, so that whoever wants what will come and pick it. And we want to know what quantity you need and what frequency you need it, so that we are able to chronologically have a schedule of what you need at what particular time, so that we don't have leftovers. You book something, you must take it, and you will be held responsible if the community that has sorted that waste and you don't pick it, then we shall hold you accountable. So we want credible partners who are able and serious to help us in taking the waste from the city. And then we shall reduce on the cost of managing this waste. Other than having a fleet every year or every 4 years we want a new fleet. No. It should be now the off-takers, the recyclers, and those who are the composting companies to come and pick that waste from the source.
With the investment here, KCCA
n'obukulembeze bwayo bwatukoze bulungi kubanga ebadde nsuubira nti bwe bayita ba stakeholders oba abavunaanyizibwa oba abakolera mu kibuga bingi ebijja okukyuka. Okusookera ddala ndaba nga kasiita tulabika waliwo ebintu tubadde tubuusa amaaso. Tumala olukuŋŋaana luno tugenda kukwataganya ddala ne bannaffe abakuŋŋaanya kasasi. Si lwe bokka tugenda kwongera okukwatagana n'abaganda baffe aba KCCA okwongera okutambulira wamu ng'abalongo okusala amagezi ekizibu kya kasasiro mu kibuga. Kati ndabye awo mutuufu naffe tubadde twagayaalamu ate sina kubeera na budasibinizi bwokka naye ate ndabira ddala tulina n'okusobola okubeera nga tubikyusa. Tubadde kufuna okusomoozebwa okulala ebintu ddala eby'amasannyalaze ne tekinologiya. Okusomoozebwa okwo tubadde twegeyangamu n'ekitongole ekya UCC. Naye twafuna omukisa nti mulimu bwe twali tulowooza nti kizibu kw'ebyo ebintu oba westi ate bo ne babirabamu bolodi kati bajja babigula buguzi kati ne bw'otambula mu maduuka agasinga kizibu okusangawo kasasiro. Kati mu lukuŋŋaana nga luno ndabidde ddala naffe tubadde waliwo tubuusa amaaso era ndabira ddala nti KCCA egende mu maaso n'enkuŋŋaana zino zigenda kuggyawo ddala ekizibu kya kasasiro.
Thank you very much for watching the Uganda Catholic Television. UCTV News is going to take another quick break. When we return, it will be time for the Rome Reports.
UCTV, good news for all.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune in to Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Towoka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the request show and sports, Evaluation, Mahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegetradio.com. Kasese Get Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
UCTV, good news for all.
Thank you very much for being a part of the news tonight. I am Sunday Gloria of Watch. Good evening and good night.